Good morning, YouTube. This is Man on Ray George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. As you know, there was two shows for bodybuilding this weekend. As you know, there was the Linda Murray show that was Saturday, and there was Sunday. There was the Mr. Evolution / Puerto Rican Pro, and that was in Portugal. This show was generally mostly European competitors. A lot of them I know, some of them I recognize, but not a lot of them I know of. But it was a pretty good, interesting lineup. I mean, for the women's bodybuilding, I think there was like 7 competitors. For physique, there was at least 11. But then when I looked at, it was just a great, decent lineup. I mean, some impressive women. I mean, European bodybuilders, the European bodybuilding really is more, I would say, more tentative to. There's more. I think European bodybuilding pay more attention to the sport. And one thing was that when I was looking for some screenshots for the Linda, most stuff I found was mostly from other bodybuilders' social media content. But the stuff I found from the European show is mostly from the shows, and that's the sad thing. But I still can't find the pictures from the Linda. Recently I had a couple of bodybuilders that I follow where I put up the video asking me have I got any pictures from the show yet, and I haven't seen it yet. But I found some pictures from the Portugal show. And that's sad that here in the United States they hadn't put enough pictures out for the from the Linda show, but the show in Portugal they got enough pictures here and there. Some contest pictures too. So here we're going to start here. Now, here we have the list for the Portugal show. Now, the winner of this show was Anastasia Leonova. She's from Russia. And she took first place. Second went to Margita Zamalova. And again, she took second this show, she has enough points where she's going to be automatically going to make the, most definitely she's going to make the Olympia. She took second at the Puerto Rico. I forgot how she placed at the Muscle Fest. I think she might have enough points because I think we're going to do our we're going to be having our Muscle Talk Mondays, me and Jared, and he'll probably tell me how the point system is working out. I mean, he talked about it the other day, last week. Also, third is another Czech competitor is Vera Mikhailová. She took third. Fourth is Vanessa from Spain. Fifth is Alina Havani. She's also from Czech Republic. Sixth is Anidia from Paraguay. And seventh is Chris Coy. That's kind of disappointing. I thought Chris Coy would do a little better, but my guess is about conditioning. Unlike with the Linda, where the less conditioned competitor took first place. And and here I'm, I'm not gonna detail about this, but I talk about it a little later after this. And it's pretty impressive, and she's pretty impressive. I mean, and all thing about it, she has great muscle development, and she's also young and she's attractive. I was watching an interview she did with JB. JB's partners with AJ over at Female Bodybuilding Channel. And her husband, he's a wildcat. He's Israeli. He lives in Russia. He's a wildcat. I'll post the interview with her and her husband in the description later. And she's an attractive young lady, great muscle. She was originally a physique competitor. She switched to bodybuilding, and I think she has a future. I think she should be the type that would I think Rena Strange should reach out to her. I know they had another Russian they had in mind. That was Natalia Kosanova, but that thing, from what I was hearing, it wasn't working out with her. As she has not competed since 2019, and there was talks that she has no real interest about competing anytime soon. But this is a Russian competitor that I think Wing Strength could really use. But the other competitors, as you know, are pretty impressive ladies. These are the top 5 from the show. And, I think a lot of these European bodybuilders really come with great conditioning and great muscle. I mean, even Chris Corey took 5th place at the show. Even though she wasn't in the best condition, she still looked better compared to some others at the Linda Murray show. But these are some impressive women at the show. But like I said, Anastasia, I mean, she has a real future ahead of her. I mean, I'm not saying she's gonna be a threat at the Olympia, but she could make top 10. I think she could make top 10. And also, I think her husband should maybe put an application for next year's Wings of Strength. There's a big contingent of Russian bodybuilders. As you got 2 Natalias, well, maybe not just one Natalia now. You have the Victoria who competed. You have now you have 2 Anastasias. There's Anastasia. What's her name? Was it Kovanova, who competed at the Muscle Fest last year, who gained a pro card back in 2019, and she has truly. And see, look, I can find these pictures for this show, but not pictures for the Linda like I could. I mean, some pictures. Look, I found more pictures for this show. These are contest pictures for this show that I could find the Linda. Now, this is the women's physique division, and these are the ladies for this show. Let me try here. And the winner of that show was Danielle Castelio, and she's from Brazil. And another competitor with the show, second, is she's actually supposed to be, where is she? She's another Brazilian who took second at the show, and that is Alicia. I'm gonna say Alicia. I can't. Was it? Some of these. A lot of these ladies especially from the other end of the border, they have long names. So I'm not going to say Alicia Ma, how I'm going to say her. She took second at the Puerto Rico show. And with the women's physique division, they don't do points like they do with female bodybuilding. Because, female bodybuilding is under Wings of Strength. They do it differently. And, she might be able to make it to the Olympia. But she took a second at this show and at the Puerto Rico. And she's pretty impressive. I'm a big fan of hers. I mean, she has a great look to her. And third is also, there's a third for this show is, what's third? Third is a lady from Denmark. And, this is a pretty impressive lineup. I mean, for women's physique. And that's Danny. And she's a Brazilian. I think there's some great female bodybuilders coming from Brazil. Some great muscle will come out of Brazil, and she has a great look to her. She might need to work on her legs a bit, especially going to shoot at Sarah Vegas, shoot at her. But these are the top 3 for that show. Pretty impressive. Alicia here at the end. I think I might see her switching next year. If they offer her opportunity, she might switch, and then she's one that might get a Wings of Strength ambassador contract, because Wings of Strength really wants to broaden their horizon. They want to get more competitors outside of the United States, especially from South America, the South Pacific, Russia. I mean, it really wants to grow, get more shows, more competitors. It can really be more of a brand. And one lady I mentioned before was Laura Pantano. And she took 4th place at this show. She said she wanted to do female bodybuilding. And I think she might be, maybe this year, she might set out next year and work on her size. She took 4th, which she did pretty good at this show. 4th is good. It's not the money. It's not the money part of the, you don't get as, in these shows, it's top 3 gets the money. And that's how it works. But, maybe next year she should sit it out, work on her size. And, something she got to talk with a coach about is, often when I talk to some of these ladies, say, you have to really talk with your coach. And maybe she sit out next year, work on her size and development, and come back in 2023 and maybe compete as a bodybuilder. But I think, she has a size. She has big shoulders. I remember I showed pictures of her with her shoulders. And this is the rest of the field. It was originally 11 competitors, but one lady dropped out. And there's her again right here. She is tall. She is tall. And I think she might really. I think she really might really consider leaving physique for women's bodybuilding. With her height, if she can put on more size, work on conditioning, she can be really, I would say, a real contender in women's bodybuilding. I mean, she's impressive, But congratulations to Danny. Just I think they should recruit some more female bodybuilders from from Brazil. There's some great women from Brazil. She's gonna be a great contender. Maybe she might, also, Ivy Raines, she's from Brazil, and she took 5th place at last year. So if she comes in better condition than Ivy Rain, I think Ivy Rain's not going to be in the top 5. This is just like I said, I'm going to say this again. I'm not a judge. I'm a fan. And if she comes in better condition than Ivy Rain may not be in the top 5, So anyway, this is I will talk a lot about figure. But I'm starting to slowly, like with physique, slowly becoming a fan figure, especially my interview with Miss Elizabeth Curtis. And there was a contestant that was on, that I mentioned when I did a video about the Portugal show. And that was a lady by the name of, she was from Sweden. And that was where she is. She's on here in the list. I saw her when I was looking. There she is. Amanda Colley, and she tied for 16th. And we tied for that low of a number. You hadn't done that well, and that's not good. And when I was looking at her picture, I noticed that she gained her pro card back in 2020. And when I look at her, the pictures I saw when I posted from the other week when I was talking about her, she's a big girl. And when I look at her stats, she's 5'7". That's pretty tall for a woman. A woman's height is between maybe 5'4" to 5'5". I think that's often that's the average height for a woman. And that's 5'4" to 5'5". She's 5'7". She's a big Swede. Truthfully, she's a big Swede. And she weighs at about 160, maybe 170. Now, if she's cutting weight for competition, she might drop down to maybe 140, 150. So that means she's still big. And often I said to say, there should be a cutoff weight for the divisions. I think for women's figure, the cutoff weight should be at 140. And women's physique, the cutoff weight should be 150. She is a physique competitor. She needs a switch. And that's why she tied for 16th. That's what the judges, what she did, what a lot of these girls need to do, what they do is often is they talk to the judge for feedback, especially the head judges. They chase them down. Or like, I think what I saw on, that Tamara Marquera was doing on her. She was down on IG. She talked about how the judges at the Linda K approached them after the show and told the ladies and gave them a critique of what they need to do. And that's what the judges need to do here at this show. Talk to the ladies, tell them that what they need to do. And I think they probably told her that she needs to switch to women's physique. And that's what they probably told her. She might need to switch. She's too tall, too big for the division. And, I think she needs, her and her coach need to think about sitting out 2022, focusing on her conditioning and on her gaining some muscle and switching up to physique. She'll probably do better. I think that'd be the division for her. You can see her legs, you can see in her arms, she's much bigger. This is off season. If she cuts down 20 pounds, she'll be at maybe 449, 450, 448, a pure muscle. She'll be a great contender for women's physique. She can be really impressive. I would say, and by 2023, she can compete here in America. She'll have more opportunities. She can do like shows like the Ultima, which is generally mostly is a show that caters to the physique. St. Louis that caters to the physique, and also she probably can do the Tampa. You know, there's shows that mostly just have just physique that don't have bodybuilding connected to it. It's just physique there. So do those shows and see how you do. Now here, this is Chris Corey's, and Chris Corey took 7th at the Portugal show. And I'm about to talk about something. This is why I'm here. Now, if any of y'all who do content, I got a question to ask you. And you can share it to me. You make content. And, I get notifications. And, I don't like putting people on blast, but you know what? This is something I need to do. Now, Chris Coy, she lives here in the States. She's from Spain, but she lives here in Florida. She lives in Miami. And Chris went over and she did the show in Portugal. She took 7th place. And they said that, Chris, she's an impressive woman. She has great development, great size. And, I thought she was going to do a little higher because from her pictures I've seen, I think she'd probably do a little better. But she didn't. And the judges over there, this is over in Portugal. And the judges over there saw something that, reason that Chris didn't place. Now, if you go back, as I mentioned, I talked about how the Linda, where LaDonna Day shouldn't have won. Well, last night I was, if you follow me, I follow a gentleman by the name of Coach Shane Harrison. And he was doing, we have a biased but balanced show every so often. We talk about MMA. Well, I saw a notification popped up. And I saw something that popped up in my notification, and I didn't pay attention to it. So, it was from somebody's that's supposed to be LaDonna McDay. It was a comment. So I go check in there. It was based on from the video I made for the Linda Murray. Now, I go and check to see the comment, but it wasn't there. Now, if anybody does content, can explain to me, whenever you see a notification, whenever you see a comment pop in notification, why it doesn't come in when you go check the video. I don't know why. It often happens to me like that. But anyway, it's the situation like this. The comment goes this: I never leave comments or even listen to you so-called experts. You wouldn't gain a lot of respect by bashing or any of the ladies, including myself. You just seem so angry, and this is not normal. Now, this is the thing is, I'm going to address this real quick because, this is my platform. I like to address them like this. Like the time when Michaela Aycock made a comment when I made about her little letter she put out about a couple years back. Number one, to Miss LaDonna McDay, if it's actually you or just some troll who just want to troll me. Number one, I'm not bashing you. I'm speaking my mind. And that's the problem. I have my right, my opinion. You won a contest where you were not supposed to win. I'm a fan of all ladies of the sport, but when I see something that's not right, I'm going to point this out. Now, right here, Chris Coy was not in the best shape. That's why she took 7th place. Chris Coy, she could have skipped the Portugal show, and she could have competed at the Linda Murray show. And she probably would have done better at that show than you. I'm going to be honest with you. And, it's just, there's some, like the old saying, there's something rotten in Denmark. When somebody who does not come in the best shape they should, you competed at the Omaha a week ago. Turn around and you take first place at the Linda, where there were 2 other competitors who was in better shape than you were, better condition. Now, the debate is that the issue was that it was about the back. But one little body part takes over the whole package. Now, that was the same thing happened with Roshana Boswell, when she was competing against Teresa Invasic at the Portugal Pro last year. They said the issue was with Roshana's back, where her whole package was a lot better compared to Teresa. As you know, Teresa Invasic is now dropping down to physique. But to address this, I'm not angry. That wasn't anger. Like the great Arnold Schwarzenegger said to one time it was like a few years ago when he said to Dennis Miller after they saw each other when he was at the MTV Music Awards, he said, "My friend, if I was angry, you would know." I wasn't angry, LaDonna. If it just was LaDonna Day, or some troll just impersonating her, I was stating my opinion, what I was thinking. Now, there was some people I made compliments to. Like, if you listen to the video, I complimented Gabriela Vega, who I sent out a request about doing an interview to her because I'm friends with her on Facebook, and she was happy to do an interview with me. She asked a request for my information and anything else, and I sent it to her. I did a video to Janine Lakowski, letting her know that I supported her, and she was very appreciative of that video. If you want to know something about me, you can reach out to Tina S. Williams. You can reach out to Rashana Boswell. You can reach out to a couple ladies who have done interviews about me. All you got to do is click my link. You can check out my page. You can find my interviews. I'm straight up when I do my interviews. I'll tell you like this. I can do like this. I can tell you a pretty lie or an ugly truth. Like this. I can, I'm just straight up when I do my stuff. I have no issue with anybody. I'm just telling you what I saw and what I'm thinking. I'm not a judge. I'm not an expert. I'm a fan. I've been following bodybuilding for over 30 years, ever since I was a kid. And I just see what I saw. And I think like this. I don't think you deserve to win. I don't. Janine Lakowski should have took first place. Nikki Chartre, if she didn't deserve first place, she deserved second. I think Gabriela Vega should have took third. You should have took fourth or fifth. But we all know it's about politics. But anything, I think Chris Coy should have competed at the Linda, and maybe she should have took fourth or fifth. And to Chris Coy, I think you should have skipped the Portugal show. You should have did the Linda. And also, she's coming back to the United States. This was also advice for Chris. Don't go overseas for a while. Do some shows here in the States. You got the Chicago's this weekend. Don't do the Chicago. Everybody's gonna do Chicago. Chicago and the Tampa are big shows. Everybody want to crush those shows for big money. Do the Savannah. Savannah is gonna be, I think, maybe maybe 3 weeks away. That's not as a big show compared to Tampa and Chicago. Those shows gonna be loaded. Savannah probably a better show for you. Not as many bodies. I know it's gonna be close to a little closer to the Olympia, but it's an opportunity. Maybe you can probably get enough points. Maybe you might take first or second place, and maybe you might get money spots because that's the best price for you. But to whoever is supposed to be Ladami Day, I'm telling you what I'm thinking. You don't like it, that's on you. So anyway, this is your man Always Dress page. Don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm always trying to remember my moniker. If you don't like it, Ladon, I'm going to say it to you. I got 2 words for you. This is your man, Always Dress page, a.k.a. the emperor of female bodybuilding talk. Don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.